Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Blessing. Have you missed me? Because I missed you too. If you have not missed me, I really don't know what you're doing. That's the honest and simple truth. If you have missed me, I miss you too. Okay, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Blessing Kayode. Today I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about traveling to Nigeria in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a panoramic, in the middle of the corona season. Now, I went from England to Nigeria, so I can only really give like detail about leaving England, but I can tell you about coming into Nigeria, because Nigeria has a set of rules you have to know before you can come into the country. So let's start with leaving your country. Of course, you have to do a COVID-19 test. I came with Virgin Atlantic, and they kept like sending reminders of things you need to do in order to travel to Nigeria. So the first thing you need to do is take a negative COVID test 96 hours before you board your plane, right? So 96 hours before the date and time of your flight. So don't just look at the time, don't just look at the date, you have to look at the time, because if you do it the right number of days but a few hours too early, then it's not going to be in effect. So you need to make sure you take your test 96 hours, don't just say 4 days, 96 hours before your flight is supposed to be. I did mine with Boots Pharmacy. They charged £120, and I got my result the next day. I did it 1 p.m. on, let's say, a Monday. I got it by like 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So they're really fast and they're really good. £120. I would say most places charge around that and higher. Like, do it at home yourself. Test kits. I was seeing some for £300. I was seeing £200. I was just seeing stupid prices. £120 was cheap. I think Heathrow were doing this for like much cheaper, significantly cheaper, maybe like £80 or £90 or something like that. But they only have a few drive-through centers that you can do it at. You can't do it like everywhere, whereas Boots is in a lot of places. So you have to do your you have to have your negative test results for COVID-19, and you have to print it out. So make sure you print out that results. They'll send you a certificate. Print out the certificate. You only need one. No one took my COVID certificate from me, but if you want to be extra, you can print out two. Then if you're leaving the UK, you have to fill out a declaration to travel thing. So you have to fill out this form that tells that states, you know, your name, basically your details, and then asks you to tell them why you're traveling. And there are a few reasons that you can travel. You can't travel for anything other than those reasons. Work, education, a wedding of a family member, a funeral of a family member, and there's a few other reasons. So you have to not only print out that form, fill out the form and print it out, but you also have to carry evidence to support it. So if you say a wedding, you need to like have the invitation, blah blah blah. If you say work, you know, the letter of employment. If you say you're a student, you need to carry your student ID. So you have to have a like reasonable reason why you're traveling. Now, from my experience, I was really worried because like I had reasons and I had evidence to back it up, but I don't know, I just really got the sense on social media that it was just like the police are going to stop you and they're going to be like, show us your evidence, show us your thing. That's what I thought was going to happen. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go because, but like when I got to the airport, I did see police, but nobody stopped me, nobody asked me anything. Even when I was going to like check in my bags, they asked to see my negative COVID test, but it really differed. Like they didn't ask to see my declaration form, but they asked to see, like someone else asked someone else to see their declaration form. Does it make sense? So there was a few people who were checking, and the person that checked me only asked for my negative COVID-19 test and the Nigerian permit to travel, which I'll talk about later. They asked to see my Nigerian permit to travel. That's the only two things they asked me for. They didn't ask to see my declaration to travel from the UK. Does that make sense? So nobody asked to even see the form, and nobody asked me for the evidence. So I'm not saying don't do it or don't take it seriously, because you should, because if you get caught and you get fined £5,000, £5,000 is not me that told you to go and break the laws. Definitely make sure you have a reason that you're traveling and evidence to support that reason. But if you go on the gov.uk website, you'll be able to find all the reasons and all the evidence that you can take. So negative COVID-19 test, declaration form, saying why you're traveling and evidence to support it. Those are the only two things you need from the UK, right? So that's what the UK requires from you in order for you to travel. Now for what Nigeria needs for you in order for you to travel. So obviously you still need your negative COVID test 96 hours before your flight. Then you have to go online. And when you go online to the NITP website, which I'm going to put on the screen somewhere, there's a website, NITP website. When you go there, you're going to fill in this like form. Again, it just tells them stuff like your name, your date of birth, where you're coming to, next of kin number, your number, blah, 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 blah. Just basic information about you, your passport number, your flight number. And then they're going to ask you some questions about like, have you had any COVID symptoms, blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to ask you to upload your negative COVID results. So this is why I wouldn't leave the COVID test too close, because you don't want to be trying to do this on the day of your like flight, right? So basically I did my test on Monday. My flight was on Wednesday night. Did my test on Monday afternoon, got my results on Tuesday morning. So I was able to do this whole like Nigerian portal travel thing on Tuesday, right? So you upload your COVID test, and if you don't get your test on time, you can't do this basically, which means you can't travel into the country, because without this thing, the UK government won't even let you leave the UK to go to Nigeria. Do you get? So you upload your COVID-19 negative certificate onto the website, the NITP website, and I think that's all you upload. And then they take you to the next state, which is you have to do a 7-day COVID test when you arrive in Nigeria. So after you've been in Nigeria for 7 days, you have to self-isolate for the first 7 days you're in Nigeria. After you've self-isolated, you have to go and do another test just to make sure you're negative. I did my test yesterday and I got my results today. So again, like literally less than 24 hours, I got the results and I was negative. I am negative. So basically you have to pay for that 7-day test whilst you're still in the UK. And basically you have an option to pay in Naira. It's going to be 50,000 Naira. A little bit of 50,000 Naira and some change, or you can pay in pounds. Do not pay in pounds. You can pay with you can pay with a UK card, so your credit card or your debit card, but don't choose to pay in pounds, because when I worked it out, if you choose to pay in pounds, the amount of money they tell you to pay is much more than if you were paying in Naira, even though you're paying with the exact same card. So when I paid in Naira, I still paid with my Barclays card. I was charged like either 80 or 90 something pounds, either like, I don't know, 85 pounds or 95 pounds, one of the two. But when I clicked the option to pay in pounds, they were saying they were going to charge me 100 and something pounds, maybe 105 pounds or 110 pounds, I don't know. But I was like, it's not making sense. So even if you want to pay with your UK card, still choose to pay in Naira, because you're just going to pay 50,000 Naira. So you pay 50,000 Naira. Once the payment goes through, then they send you your permit to travel. Okay, so your permit to travel is going to say, one, that you've paid for your COVID test, and two, that they've seen your negative result and you're fine to travel. So just bring that along with you to the airport. So in my airport little package envelope, I had my COVID-19 test, my declaration to travel form, my permit to travel, and my evidence. And that's all you need. And if you're traveling to Nigeria and you have a Nigerian passport, you use your Nigerian passport when you're going, so obviously you'll need that too. And so when I got to Nigeria, all they asked to see was my negative COVID test and my permit to travel. And it was actually really quick, right? So that's everything in terms of what do you actually need to have when you're traveling. In terms of the actual process, it was much like traveling on any other day in any other situation. One, I was thinking, because the UK government was saying £5,000 fine if you're traveling, that the airport would be empty or the plane would be empty. No, the plane was not empty. Maybe the airport was a bit empty than usual, but the plane was packed full. People are still traveling. As a matter of fact, I've seen so many people in Nigeria here just for a holiday, and I'm just like, so it's not really working then. But yeah, basically, the plane was still packed. You get on the plane, obviously you have to wear a mask on the plane. I would say that's the major difference. You have to wear a mask going through the airport. You have to wear a mask on the plane. Although I don't really think anyone is really policing it that tough in terms of the airport, but on the plane, like, they will come and tell you, oh, put your mask back on. But if you're eating or drinking, you don't have to wear a mask when you're doing those things, obviously. There was really no major difference. You still get like all the food you would get if you weren't like in COVID. So there's no difference in the actual travel. When you get to Nigeria as well, again, it's just like you're wearing a mask, but there's no actual difference. First of all, you go to this place where they check your permit to travel, the document I was talking about, on your COVID-19 test, and then you go to your passport place where they check your passport. And then once you're out of there, you just pick up your luggage and you go, and that's it. And then when I landed in Nigeria, the government or the Lagos State Biobank called me and like told me, this is the date of your 7-day test. And they sent me an email. They sent me like 2-3 emails reminding me of my 7-day test. And then on the day I went to the lab. Well, I say a lab, it's really just like a plot of land with a tent, and then they're just doing the test from inside the tent. But I didn't have to wait too long. It was like 30 minutes. I got there, they made me wait a little bit until it was my turn, and you can drive through or you can walk in. So I walked in and I just stood there. They didn't even, like, the test wasn't even that invasive at all. Like, literally just like swab my mouth, swab my nose, and it was done. And the next day I got my results, negative. That was the end of that. And now I'm in Nigeria and everything is cool, and it's literally so straightforward. I don't really have anything else to say. So that was my experience traveling into Nigeria. Of course, that's just my personal experience. It might be different for other people. So someone could have been stopped. I mean, I feel like maybe I didn't look like I was going on a holiday anyway, so maybe they didn't feel the need to stop me. Maybe they could have stopped other people and asked them, you know, for their reason, or maybe they just weren't asking anyone. I didn't see the police ask anybody. I saw them standing and just chatting for a while, and then they left. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the main things. Just make sure that, you know, you have the things I mentioned earlier on. Print everything out. I know a lot of people sometimes just leave it on their phone. Do not just leave it on your phone. The only reason why you should leave it on your phone is if you got your COVID certificate too late and couldn't upload it to the portal, basically. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. In terms of actually being in Nigeria during the pandemic, I mean, I don't think Nigeria is as bad as other countries in terms of like how the pandemic has affected them. So apart from having to wear masks, there's nothing pandemic-y about Nigeria. Like a lot of nightclubs are still open, all restaurants are open. Like, there's literally nothing that you cannot do that you could do before. Yeah, you can pretty much do everything you were doing before. There is a curfew. I don't know about any other state in Nigeria. I believe this is only for Lagos State, but if you are in Lagos, you cannot move about between the hours of 12 a.m. and 4 p.m. So wherever you are when the clock strikes 12, stay there. Just stay there, because you are not gonna be able to leave that place right up until 4 a.m. the next morning. Ubers, Taxifys, any cab company doesn't work between the hours of 12 a.m. to 4 p.m. You have to stay in your home, or you have to stay wherever you are. So if you go clubbing between 12 and 4, you cannot leave. You have to stay there wherever you are, basically. And there's police checkpoints like literally stationed to make sure that no one's moving along those times. If you are caught by the police, you either have to pay like literally every single checkpoint for them to release you and let you go, it's just not safe. It's dangerous. So just try and like stay in your homes or wherever you are between the hours of 12 and 4. And that's pretty much, I would say, the only thing that's different about being in Nigeria during the pandemic. So that is it, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be trying to give you a lot of Nigerian content now that I'm here. I want to try and just, I don't know, make varied content. I know that it's been a while. I've been MIA, missing in action. But now that I'm kind of in my own space, and I don't know. I don't want to promise too much. But I miss you guys, and I'm going to try and give you content, and still going to be giving you Yoruba content. But that being said, if there's anything you'd like to see from me whilst I'm in Nigeria, if there's any content in particular that you think you'd love to see, then please let me know. Comment down below anything you want to know about coming to Nigeria, or any questions you have after watching this video. Please comment it down below as well, and I will respond to it. Bye, guys.